All right, so a few months back I said that I was going to make a video showing how to prime the fuel system on these, basically any diesel engine, but I was talking about the growlers. How to prime them if you change a fuel filter, because I've seen guys talking about, hey, change a fuel filter, but I can't prime it. They've done all kinds of weird things to get fuel into the system. And this pump is a joke. If it had a real pump, basically what you'd do if you ran out of fuel and you needed to prime it, you'd crack all 4 injectors, the nuts on the injector lines right here. You'd pump it up till all the air's out, close them, and it should start right up. This pump's a joke, so I'm going to just kind of show you guys a little trick that I've been doing for years on, working on heavy equipment and stuff. And this growler is a perfect example for me, because I just picked this up to work on for a guy, and they had this in the footwell, and they told him when he got it to keep fuel in here if he wants to be able to run this thing. So that's really smart. That's great for just an emergency, I guess, but that's not a solution. What I did is I checked it out and I looked in the tanks. The left side tank is actually full. The right side tank was bone dry. Tap on it, you could tell it was bone dry. The selector was selected on the left, so you could tell they were trying to switch it. So basically what I believe happened is the right tank ran out of fuel, and the switching unit or whatever, the switching solenoid's not hooked up or broken, or the fuse is gone, whatever. It's not switching tanks. So I just ran down, since I still had it on the trailer from picking it up, I ran down to the gas station real quick and got some fuel in it. And I'm going to cut this off, connect this filter back up, and then I have it switched on the right tank, and I'm going to show you my little trick to getting these things running. So hang on, I'll hook this all up and get ready for it, and then I'll be right back with you. Okay, I'm trying not to get diesel and stuff on my camera, so that's why I shut it off for a minute. So anyways, I cut that short and hooked this back up. So we have fuel in, goes through the filter. What's funny is they have a bleed screw on the filter, but that would work if the pump was on this side. You'd be able to pump it through and pump the air out. But it doesn't work this way, because if you open the bleed screw and try to pump it here, you're just going to be sucking air through the bleed screw. So don't even worry about that bleed screw. This filter is actually from a like mid to late 90s era Volkswagen diesel Rabbit. I think it was a Rabbit. It's just kind of a off-the-shelf, hey, let's use this filter. It fits there, it'll work, and that's why that filter's there. So now we're going to ignore this pump, and we're going to get rid of this junk, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got it all hooked up. Let me show you that it won't start. Okay, now hang on. Okay, now do not try this at home. I'm just showing you what I do. I'm not saying this is what you should do. Gasoline vapors are very flammable. You want to be very careful working around them. Don't be smoking around them. Don't get them around hot exhaust. This is just what I do. Don't be stupid like me, okay? All right, so I just get a rag, pour gas on it, put it over the air filter. Make sure the air filter's in place, because if it's not, you're going to suck the rag into the intake, and you don't want to do that. So now it's running off of the gas vapors that are being sucked into the intake, and it'll run like that long enough to get fuel primed through the system. So it works very well, and it doesn't hurt the engine. And in that time, it's pumping fuel at a faster rate than if you're cranking it, because the engine's turning 700 RPM, rather than when you're cranking it, you're probably turning it at 350, 300 RPM. So it gets it running fast enough that the fuel system can push the air out and get the fuel in play. It's way better than starting fluid. I don't even use starting fluid on engines. It's made for very cold weather on a cold engine. I've seen guys at work, I've driven up and watched guys spray into one of my tractors and one of my Cat engines into a hot engine that they change the fuel filters on or something. Worst thing you can do for that engine. That is just, it's criminal to do something like that. Basically, when you're spraying starting fluid in and you hear that knocking and that hammering, that's pre-combustion. That's the piston coming up to making compression. Before it gets all the way up, it's already exploding the starting fluid, because it'll ignite at a lower compression, at a lower heat level. and it makes the explosion. What that does is it just slams on your piston, and that is so hard on your engine. Anytime you hear that knocking, that's just really bad for it. If you notice, when I was starting it up with the gas, there was no pre-combustion, there was no knocking. It just sat there and idled. It just ran off fumes. And super safe, super easy way to do it. Well, safe for the engine, I'm saying. It's not safe for you to do it. It's safe for me to do it because I know how, I guess. I'm just saying that. Just don't get hurt. Don't be stupid doing it. I've been doing that for years on engines, and it's worked great for me. So, but just remember, don't be stupid. Don't do it indoors. Don't do it around anything flammable. In fact, don't even do it. I'm just saying this is what I do. So anyways, that's just a tip to show you guys what I do to get a, to prime a diesel engine. So anyways, thanks for watching the video, and have a good day.